Hey everyone, hopefully everyone's having a good day. If you're watching this, we have completed our first unit. Everyone's taken their test. So far, the tests I've graded have been good, so good job on that. But today we are going to start talking about our second unit. This video lecture, along with the other videos I'm going to assign you to watch, are going to serve as an intro to this unit. And then you guys will have an assignment to do on these videos that I've assigned you afterwards. So today we're going to talk about Earth systems. So we're going to talk about different parts of the Earth and how they come together and work together to create some of the natural processes we see on a daily basis. So let's get started. All right, so Earth as a system. So we should have interacted with this word in some capacity. Some of you may interact with this word all the time. So let's talk about what a system is. A system is just a group of parts that work together as a whole. So Earth is, in fact, a system. It's made up of different parts. The environment's made up of different parts, and they come together and interact with each other. This involves a constant flow of matter cycling through different parts of this system. And the cycle is driven by energy, which is the ability to do work. And that energy comes from two main sources. It comes from heat from the sun, and it also comes from heat from the earth. So heat from the sun may, evaporate water from that process. I'm sure you guys have all discussed the water cycle. Weather is produced from that process. It rains onto maybe a rock formation like this, and over time eats away at that rock. So that's an example of two Earth systems interacting with each other, and it's being driven by energy from the sun. All right, so let's talk about the different parts of the Earth's system. Now, some of these we probably heard of before, and some of these we may be hearing for the first time. So there are four parts or spheres of Earth's system. The first sphere is the atmosphere. We've definitely all heard of this. I just referenced it in the last slide, and it gets its name. The root atmo means vapor. So a place where there is vapor, a place where there's gases, a place where there's water vapor. This is a place where our weather occurs, things like that. So the atmosphere is the first sphere in Earth's system. The second sphere is the hydrosphere. Hydro, that root means water, and this is our lakes, rivers, oceans, things like that. Our third sphere is the geosphere. We've probably heard geocaching. People hide in precious gemstones, certain places. The root geo just means earth. So the geosphere consists of all the quote unquote earth on Earth. So like rocks, things of that nature. And the final sphere, which you may not have heard of this one before, is the biosphere. Bio means life, so this is where living organisms live. All right, so let's talk about these spheres a little bit more in depth. So the first sphere we are going to talk about is the atmosphere. We should all be familiar with what the atmosphere is, but just as a review, the atmosphere is the Earth's outermost layer, and it's made up of a mixture of gases, dust particles, and water vapor. The gases that make up the atmosphere mostly consist of nitrogen and then a little bit of oxygen gas. And this is where weather formation occurs, and the atmosphere serves as the foundation for climates all around the world. All right, so the next sphere we're going to talk about is the geosphere. Nearly all of Earth's mass is found in the geosphere, and it consists of solid rocks and metal. And the three parts of the Earth's geosphere are its metal core, and then it has a solid middle layer, and then we have a rocky outer layer, the crust that is where we live. And we'll go into greater detail on that when we get back to class. All right, so our next sphere that we are going to talk about is the hydrosphere. You should be pretty familiar with this one as well. Nearly 3/4, so 75% of the Earth is covered in a thin layer of water, and we call that the hydrosphere. And it can take the form of oceans, glaciers, rivers, lakes, water that's locked up underneath the ground, and as well as water vapor that's in our atmosphere. Most of the surface water is salt water, with only about 3% of the world's water being fresh water that we can drink. And then actually 2.5% of that 3% is actually unavailable to us. So at any given moment, only about 0.5% of the water on Earth is fresh water that we can readily use to drink. So not a lot in the grand scheme of things. And finally, we have the biosphere. Life as we know it can exist without water, so the hydrosphere and the biosphere, and really all of these, depend on each other. And life is everywhere on Earth. It's from the tippy tops of mountains and to the deepest parts of the ocean. You can find life anywhere. It's pretty resilient. And parts of the Earth that contain these living organisms is the biosphere. So a biosphere can be absolutely anywhere. All right, that wraps up our quick virtual lecture on the Earth's systems. You are going to have an assignment to do on this, so make sure you look out for that, and also make sure you watch the other video that I posted for you to watch. That's really just going to reinforce all of this information that I just went over in this virtual lecture. So, all right, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in class.